YouTube, what is up? Yeah, haven't done a review in a couple weeks, I think. I apologize to my 2.5 subscribers out there. However, I had some family stuff I had to take care of, and family always has to come first. So here we are. I'm back in the dungeon. I have some pretty cool stuff to review here coming up in this next week. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. However, this next product is the Vsticking VK530. I'm going to give you a little theatrical experience today. I know that's why you guys tune in to Vape Break is to see my acting skills. So, well, let's get on with it. This is about how I feel this mod came to existence. So, Vsticking calling Yihi. Ring, 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 ring. Yeah, this Yihi. Yeah, this is John with Vsticking. Just wondering why you guys never updated your G class. What you talking about? We gave you T class. Plus, we have 10 firmware updates. Yeah, the firmware updates are cool, but it's still on the old board. And well, let's not even talk about the T class because I had fucking fidget spinners. Oh, people like fidget spinners, huh? No, maybe 5 years ago they did, but you straight up put it on a mod 2 years after fidget spinners went out. Good for you guys. Yeah, thank you. What can we help you with? Well, since you guys aren't ever going to upgrade your G class and you just keep selling that same damn board, which is a good board, but you guys keep selling that thing, we're wanting to buy some boards off you. And I'm going to be honest with you, we're going to copy the G class. You'll copy G class? Okay, we sell boards though? Yeah, we'll buy a bunch of them off you. Oh, okay, we buy boards. Oh, and we're only going to charge about half the price that we would for your G class. So, and granted, won't have all the features, but it's going to be a pretty damn good mod. We still make money? Yeah, we're going to buy boards off you. Okay, we good then. And I feel like that's pretty much how Vsticking came up with this mod. They virtually copied the G class with an updated board. Now, it's not a G class, but we'll talk about that more here in the up close and personal. So, but let's get down. Get this star of the show close up, and we'll come back up and talk about it. Okay, here's the up close and personal with the Vsticking VK530 530 mod. It says fair price luxury product. I'm going to give it to him. Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe this mod. Made in China. I know I made it sound like some backwoods American guy calling Yihi earlier, but you know what? It's all pretty much made in China these days. So going around the box, it says Dongguan Vsticking Technology Company Ltd. Wow, that was a mouthful. Yeah, I've never really heard of the company of Vsticking. I don't know if they make something else. Throw something in the comments for me. This was the first I heard of it. What drew me to this mod was it has the updated Yihi chip, the 530 Yihi chip, which I thought was really cool. So I'm, as you guys know, I'm a big Yihi fan. So anyway, but standard packaging comes with a mod, user manual, a shitty USB cable, warranty card, and yeah, there's the different colors. I have not seen the graffiti gold yet. I imagine it's out there. I just didn't look very hard. I like the graffiti looking mods. I'm always drawn to them for some stupid ass reason. But the White Deity Silver, which is kind of like a artsy type mod, it's very, I don't know, Van Gogh-ish looking or something. That seems to be the most popular of the devices they're selling out of these. And then they have the camouflage gunmetal, of course. So, continue around the box, big old USB code. And yeah, on the back, this product contains nicotine, which is a highly addictive substance. They must have left nicotine out of mine. I did not get any nicotine in my box. So, yeah. So, keep that in mind if you're looking for the nicotine. Open it up. Kind of cool little packaging. You can see I kind of got a bent corner there when I ordered mine, but no big deal. It vapes just as good. Fair price luxury product. Now, of course, you have your warranty card. As you know, with Yihi, these are very important. If you ever have a problem with your Yihi chips, they really want that warranty card. You have a user manual. Yeah. So there's that. Pretty extensive. It is good enough to get me going and to read up on this thing. So no big deal. I think it's kind of funny that they even wrap if you ever had a G class or T class, they wrap theirs in this stuff too. So it is just a normal micro USB cable, which I don't really understand why they didn't go with the Type C. This supposedly has 2.5 amp charging, but I don't know. Maybe. I tried it. It seems to be every bit of 2 amp anyway. I don't know. I just wish they had went the Type C, and then there'd be no argument about it whatsoever. So, inside you'll get these little scratch discs, so you don't scratch up the top of your mod. So you'll get 3 or 4 of those. And diving inside the mod. Let me set this here. Pull the tank off my G class. And there you go, guys. I don't know how else to say it. They straight up copied the G class. I mean, they're not identical copies, but they're here. I mean, even the joysticks, they work exactly the same as they would on the G class here. So anyway, yeah, you can tell even the tops. You can pretty much put any size atomizer you want on there. And funny enough, even the battery door, I mean, it has that super springy click, just like the G class does. So very similar devices, guys. Very similar. There are a few differences in the Vsticking that they left off, but ultimately 99% of it is shit I never used anyway. So I don't think many people did. So keep that in mind. All right, that kind of plays a big part in here. So of course the G class has the Type C. Now, like I said, I got this graffiti looking dude, and they have an artistic one and a camouflage one. I don't know. I really like the graffiti type look. It has that rubberized feel. If you ever held a Asvape Michael or a Gabriel, you know the feel I'm talking about. It's not full out sticky rubber, but it is kind of a soft texture. It's very comfortable holding the hand. Now, when we're comparing these, the Vsticking is maybe a millimeter taller, maybe. Yeah, and it's just barely. Now, as far as the width, I will say the G class is more comfortable to hold in the hand because it kind of has that octagon or that oval shape in the whole mod, and it just fits very comfortably in the hand. Fire buttons here. Not that the Vsticking's uncomfortable, but you can definitely tell a size difference. This is a bulkier mod, so if you got big hands, you're going to really enjoy the feel of this mod. On the back, we have Vsticking, and underneath, you have your Vsticking VK530. So, not much to it. Fit and finish is a little better on the G class, but you know you're paying $200 versus $70-something. And when I say the fit and finish, I can kind of feel a little lip here in the where the plate meets the texture, and same on the bottom. It's nothing that's annoying. I don't even notice it when I vape it, but I mean, ultimately, guys, we got to compare the two. I mean, we have to. Look at this. So yeah, so there is some minor differences between the two, but anyway. So let's pop some batteries in this bad boy. Of course, it's going to say Vsticking, powered by the Yihi SX530 chip. Now, as with your G-class mods or your T-class mods or whatever mods, after you put the batteries in, you got to click it 5 times to turn it on. Okay, once we're in here, it's very simple. You got several wallpapers to choose from. I think it's not as many as the G-Class or T-Class, but you do have a few different wallpapers to pick from on this. And I do believe you can upload your own onto this as well. I have not tried that yet. Don't hold that against me if you can't. But I'm almost positive with this board, you can probably do pretty much what you want as far as screensavers and things like that go. Now, one thing I don't like about this mod, this is a little window. I wish they would have squared this out more. It looks good. It looks really good, and I think it would take away some of the looks on it. However, the problem I'm running into is if you can see that lettering, even on camera, that right side, which says standard, is really hard to read. And I got a focus lens on here. So the material you can read on here pretty good. But whenever you're blind eye in this mod, and I have really good nearsighted vision, but I cannot read that little blue. Or I can read it, it's just very hard, man. So yeah, I don't like it, and you're stuck with this format of the display, where the G class and the T class, you can actually change that. You can go to different, as you can see with my G class, let it boot up. Someday today would be nice, G class. You can see I made it to the blind motherfucker setting, so you can see that very clearly. Yeah. So, yeah, that's one little con I don't like about this mod. Obviously, we don't have the lights that you have. And the Vsticking does not have Bluetooth capability. So, those are the three main firmware differences between the original Yihi, or the G-Class, or T-Class for that matter, as opposed to the Vsticking. So, there's not as many settings, for sure. But I'm personally not a fan of lights, so that's no big deal to me, and I've never fucking used a Bluetooth setting. So keep that in mind. I mean, if you're into the Bluetooth thing, or you really want a Bluetooth setting, I would probably opt and pay the money for the G class or T class. But yeah, but overall, pretty identical mods. So 3 clicks will lock it. 5 clicks get you into the menu system. And we'll talk about this menu system. It's very basic, very simple. You got your system off, adjust your date and time, temperature for temperature control, your unit, Fahrenheit or Celsius. Select coil, like you saw on mine. I vape stainless steel, so I had it on there. You got your TCR curves, your compensating temp, so you can have a ramp up or whatever. Standby time, brightness, wallpaper select, exit. Now getting into the different wallpapers, there's not a whole lot of wallpapers. Well, that's kind of a cool little wallpaper, I guess. So, yeah. Now you can see, if you can live with this wallpaper, it is a little more clear. However, you're losing your wallpaper here, and I'm not a big fan of this speedometer style. Stainless steel and standard are a little easier to read in this, but yeah, so I'm not a big fan. Now, as far as the clicks go, you can hold down to read the resistance. You can actually switch between your power modes clicking right. But that is about it as far as yeah. So that's about it. There, like with the G class, you can hold up and it'll go change your light source and all that stuff. This doesn't have as many quick toggles as the G class or T class does. So keep that in mind. But yeah, it's very simple function. What you saw is what you pretty much get. I mean, that's what you get when you go through the menu system. So let's jump back up, talk about it, have a vape on it, and we'll wrap up this Vsticking VK530. That was the Vsticking VK530 mod. Yeah. Ultimately, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it. If you've ever wanted a G-Class, T-Class, and you didn't want to spend, anywhere from $160 up to $300 and something, depending on the style of mod, yeah, you pretty much have a G-Class right here for $75 to $80. So, guys, it's a damn good mod. Of course, I personally, the G-Class is my favorite device to date. I love the accuracy of the boards. I love how they respond. I love I can fit any device on there. I love how comfortable they are in the hand. So, things I never used were the Bluetooth. I could give a shit about the color display on it. And yeah, so guys, you're ultimately getting a G-Class for around the $70 mark. So you can't beat that, gang. This is just as accurate as my G-Class. It hits just like my G-Class. So the only complaint I have on this is the screen. I do wish they gave me all the screen options that I have on the G-Class just to make it easier on the eyes. And that's the only con I have on this device. Granted, the fit and finish isn't as good as the G-Class, but guys, it isn't terrible on here whatsoever. It's actually very nice. For an $80 mod, it's where it should be. It's really elegant looking. I think all the colors are really elegantly done. You know, and even though I'm not a big fan of the porthole window, it does make the mod look sexy. So, yeah, guys, if you want a G-Class and you don't want to pay the price tag, get out and get one of these. I'll stop beating that dead horse. Of course, I mentioned most of the pros. However, a few more is the texture. Just like the G-Class, it has that really nice texture to it. You can hold it really well. This is a bulkier mod. It's not on the small side at all. So keep that in mind. I wish they had done the Type-C USB on here, but that's not a deal breaker anyway, as I tend to charge all my batteries external anyhow. So, guys, it's a G-Class. It's ultimately a G-Class. So, I have to highly recommend it because it vapes just like my G-Class. So, except I did not pay the big price tag that I paid on that bad boy. Yep. I do hope they keep up with the updates just like they like Yihi does with their G-Class. Because, man, they're still updating that mod. That thing's almost, it has to be close to getting to 10 years old. I know I've had mine. Well, that one I've only had a while, but I've had a G-Class since its inception. It seems like it's been forever since I had it. And they still are pumping out firmware updates on it, so I hope Vsticking sticks with that. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. Ultimately, if you want G-Class, you got it here for half the price. So, as always, get out and support your first responders. Get out and support your veterans. And if you like this video, please click the like button. If you really like this video, hit that subscribe button. I do this for you guys. All this stuff's purchased by me for these reviews. So they're not skewed in any way. You're getting my full honest opinion. As always, thanks for watching, and see you next time.